you, week to week league in the NFL, but do you think there's stuff that you guys can carry over from Miami to this week offensively that may have broken through?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think we did some good things. We still were 4 for 12, I think, on third downs, and 2 for 4 or 5 in the red zone. So situational football hasn't been great for us, and that's why we haven't got to 30. 30 is kind of the magic number, so still trying to get there.
Why do you think it hasn't been the situational football been good this year?
I mean, situational football is a lot about the details, and that's kind of been our Achilles heel. I think a lot has been just the little minute details within the plays.
Jay Glazer reported Sunday that you got your injuries back in October, that you had a grade 2 hamstring strain, a high ankle sprain, and MCL, I think was the knee? MCL, yeah.
Jay did it?
Jay.
Where's he getting his information?
I do not know. But
how do you know it's a grade 2 if there was never an MRI?
Yeah, I thought that. That was a good question. You refused the test, right? So.
Yeah, strongly refused to. Never offered MRIs, yeah.
Are those accurate diagnoses?
There was a hamstring at one point. There was a knee at one point, and I think you all saw the ankle in London. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the grades were of them, but my question with them is always like, what do I need to show you to play? And obviously I showed them.
You said it was a low ankle in London right after the game. He reported it as a high ankle.
High ankle?
What Jay said.
Well, listen, Jay came in and gave a great speech this training camp. Other than that, he didn't know shit about my body. That's the truth.
And how do you feel now?
I feel good. Yeah, I feel good. I don't have a high ankle sprain or a low ankle sprain. Knee feels good. Hamstring feels good. Body feels pretty good.
And when you look at the last sequence before you guys kick the field goal, you get down to 27 after throw to Allen, and then things kind of didn't go your way down there. Is there anything you think you guys should have done differently in that sequence to run some more time off the clock before the field goal?
Well, I mean, the run was kind of an out-leveraged run, and we missed at the point of attack. The next play, I really liked it. It's a base concept for us. And we had G down the middle, open. If I was able to get back after holding the safety, looking at Tay, get back to it, we had quick pressure on the left. In that situation, I felt like throwing the ball away was not worth the time, making them call timeout. Third down, we called a draw. And I happened to put the tag on the outside in case they gave us a weird coverage. And they gave us a jam front, man coverage, which is the absolute worst defense for a draw because you have nobody who blocks the Mike backer, the backer off the ball. So I threw it to Tay. Tay's trying to stay in bounds. He slings him out of bounds. Anders makes a kick, and obviously a lot happened after that.
Yeah, and you have that Netflix doc coming out next week. What about that made you want to participate in that?
I got approached by them about filming my rehab. That turned into some off-season stuff. And, I'm glad it's done.
After the game on Sunday, Garrett was talking about the blown leads throughout the season in the fourth quarter, and he used the word gene. He said kind of like this team has kind of a losing gene. And I'm wondering to get your thoughts on that. When something repeated, it happens like that over and over again. Is it like a losing gene?
I'm not exactly sure what he was talking about there. I don't know what the proper nomenclature is for the situation where we've lost some leads or haven't been able to take the lead late in the game. But that's the way it goes sometimes. We haven't been great in situational football. A lot of those games come down to plays in the first and second, even third quarter, where if they make the play, the game is not in that situation. But in those situations, we haven't been very good on offense or defense or even teams.
Trey Wayne was saying during the broadcast that you look great moving around the pocket. How do you feel in that regard? And when people talk about an older quarterback, they talk about speed, but isn't your game more about that, the ability to move around and create explosive?
Yeah, I've never been a runner like some of the great athletic guys in the league. Even Josh in Buffalo, I never had his top end speed or his ability to run people over, but I've always been able to kind of move around the pocket a little bit and make plays outside the pocket, throw the ball on the run. Last couple weeks I felt a lot better, physically, and I feel like I played some better football.
Aaron, do you feel like, not even so much last year that you missed, but the last few years where this team's just had the losses pile up, that even when things are going well for you guys, even when things are clicking, there's maybe this pressure that it feels like everyone's waiting for the other shoe to drop, like it's going too well, it's going to turn? And is that maybe the quote-unquote gene that you guys need to break?
Yeah, it might be. I mean, it might be something like that. Might be some sort of curse we got to snap as well. But whatever the case, this team, this organization is going to figure out how to get over the hump at some point. The culture is built by the players. There's a framework set down by the organization, by the upper-ups, by the staff, but in the end it's the players that make it come to life. And at some point everybody's going to have to figure out what that special sauce is to turn those games that should be wins into wins.
How does that happen? It's open-ended.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a conscious effort. It takes an intentional effort to do that. I think, there's no specific thing. Otherwise, every team could do it. But I think, in general, your best players got to be your best people, and they have to lead the way with their attitude, with their practice habits, with their leadership, with the way they talk to the media, with the way they are out in public. And I think that's an important part of setting kind of the standard for the locker room. And then, it's a group that has to find that gel and spend time together and enjoy each other enough to take the work outside and spend time, but also to just hold each other accountable at work and to kind of let the ego go away, to where when you're here it's a professional environment, and guys are so locked in they don't want to mess up for their buddy next to them because they care about them, because they spend time off the field together, and they're going to hold them to a standard that's pretty damn high. And until that happens, there's going to be that just you're going to be touching the edge of that special sauce that makes a locker room have that really good chemistry.
How would you assess this year's culture?
Yeah, it's on the edge of that. We just haven't quite figured out how to get that special sauce worked out, mixed up. It's close. A lot of great guys in the locker room. There's some good mix of veterans and young guys, but we just haven't quite put it all together.
I'm sure you're aware of all these burglaries that have been going on. Just curious, what do you make of it, and how do you deal with it?
Well, there's an interesting situation that happened in Cincinnati, mostly around the call. But yeah, I think some happened in Kansas City as well. I have security full time, thanks to Daily Mail putting my shit out there. In Wisconsin, everybody's got guns. So it's a little less, less likely. I mean, hopefully, my buddy's still there, or well taken care of. But yeah, there's been some issues. It's something that we all think about, from time to time. You're kind of exposed in that way. And it seems like there's a professional aspect to this where they don't care if there's cameras on or an alarm set. They're going to get in and get out quickly. So hopefully it doesn't happen anymore. But I will say this, and I used this years ago. The league has a really good resource where they have security experts that can come out to your house and give you ideas about where to put cameras, where the weak spots are. And I think guys in general just don't use it because they don't have the time, or they're thinking about other things, or they're busy playing video games or whatever it is. But there's a lot of great resources that the league puts together. I think more guys should probably look at as far as the safety of their homes.